just crossed the state line into New Hampshire, which is where we are going to be for just about the next week. So this is actually like a camper that's been converted into like a small cabin. My wife wanted to come out here. I don't do well on those long drives sometimes. But so anyway, so here we are. There's a fire pit over there. There's a hot tub. There's a small couch. There's a loft for young people to sleep in. This is probably the first cabin we have stayed in together that actually has a TV in it. Oh, it actually has two. Usually the places we rent are a little more off-grid, but hey, you know what? My wife wanted a vacation, so we're on a vacation. It's pretty nice. Gonna enjoy it for a few days here. Like I said, there's some hiking that we're gonna try to do. Nothing major because the wife's knee is still not doing so hot. But so I don't know how much woodcraft or bushcraft I'll get to do, but it's New Hampshire, so I get to do some stuff that I don't normally get to do in New Yorkistan. All right, I'm gonna start getting stuff in here and get unpacked. I'll get back to you a little later. Stick around if you want. All right, good morning. So we had a little incident. This guy here somehow yesterday managed to completely split a toenail. So we are on our way to try to find a vet. to get them checked out. I've for the first time ever, I'm using an electric stove to heat up my water for some coffee quick. So, get back to you in a minute.
He's like, what's the big deal, guy?
So here we are at the vet. You can see his toe or not. Hopefully we'll get him fixed up. Alright, so we're back from the vet. He had already ripped the nail out, so they didn't have to remove it surgically. But we got to keep an eye on him. And every time we bring him out to go to the bathroom or anything like that, we've got to sanitize where the nail was. We've got to wipe it down with a antiseptic wipe and keep him from licking it, stuff like that, to avoid infection. So we'll see how the rest of the trip plays out. Really never thought I'd have to decide to assemble a first aid kit for my pup. I'm gonna do that. Alright, I'm gonna go in, make a sandwich, and then I guess we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. I'm just turning into the adventure without adventures. Stick around if you want.
Who's crossing?
Alright, so we just did the basin hike. Pretty cool. There's a lot of waterfall. We got the pup with us, so we didn't do the whole thing. Gravel and blacktop, so we don't want to make his toe any worse than it is. We didn't want to leave him back at the cabin. We were able to get some exploring in. Got a couple other stops we want to make at some overlooks. And this, I think, was only my third hike without seeing any snakes, knock on wood. Alright. Finally some cool stuff. We got some more cool stuff coming up. Stick around if you want.
I'm gonna try to get some of this water. Okay. It's been a lot of walking, I know. Sit down. Look, look, look. 2 rounds. Look at the mouth. You can want to. Behave yourself.
Alright, so we're over here now exploring the Squam Lake Natural Science Exploration Center. There's a bunch of cool critters, bobcats, mountain lions and stuff. Try to get as much footage as I can, but it might just be a picture montage. Stick around.
Great tree frog, so he's little. What's a coyote sound like? You hear the difference from the fox?
It sounds like a coyote.
I think they stick where they go. Okay, well, do you see that? That's a fox. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Wait, is this real fox fur?
That's fur. Well, they're different ones. This is from a beaver. This is from a deer. And this is from a coyote.
Deer. One time,
That one is a beaver.
at the science center, they had this like. He's gonna jump. Watch. He's gonna jump.
Whoa, look at him coming down over there.
Oh,
Thinking that the right leg is so busy. Look at producing. Look at him.
right over.
Don't bang on that though. Hands are still. Quiet hands. And you just look with eyes.
Bobcat.
Yes.
Oh, I need 100 bobcat. I'm actually.
We just hit the bobcat pen and it was hiding. It didn't want to come out of the building.
Mountain lion.
Mountain lion, sorry. Had to be corrected by Miss Correct
I'm
Secretary.
disappointed.
I'm disappointed too.
Another. 'Cause I don't know. 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 'Cause
The other one's in that log over there.
You're beautiful.
Look at those claws.
Right on the. Usually she have telephone wires and white feathers on it.
Sitting here enjoying a nice cigar with a zero beer. Some people might say, what's the point of having a cigar if you can't have alcohol? Because I can. It's the only answer I need to give, is because I can. But I didn't prepare and wasn't planning on having a cigar. So I had to get this very cheap snipper, which more or less shredded it. So I'm kind of eating the cigar more than I'm smoking it. So that was pretty much a wrap up of the trip. Monday was a little on the crazy side. Getting the pup over to the vet, making sure his toe was going to be alright. And we just kind of hung out with him. Kept an eye on him. And yesterday we got the hiking in, and we went over to have dinner just outside of Meredith. And the name of the place is Walter's Basin, which is named after the fish from On Golden Pond. If anybody's seen that movie, you remember that the monster fish they were chasing in the lake, which was on that lake, the movie was filmed on that lake. The fish's name was Walter. Henry Fonda was chasing with his grandson. So that was pretty cool. And then, you know, today we went over to the science place. We were both a little bit bummed on the mountain lion didn't want to come out, and they were doing some work on the fox pen, so they were locked away. And the coyotes were kind of hiding too. There was just one. He was curled up and he was laying there and looked over at us. Just looked around a little and laid back down. I didn't get the video when he was actually looking over toward the direction of all the people. From there, we took a drive out to Laconia, to the lake, which it's bike week here next week. And everybody's already getting ready for it. I mean, it's Wednesday, and people are already rolling in, but they were setting up all their shops and stuff like that all along where you can buy t-shirts. Down along, I guess they would call it the little boardwalk area that's right down next to the lake on the shore. So we tried to drive down through there, and it was just trucks going the wrong way and parking wherever they wanted to so they could unload their stuff. So we just bailed on that, came back up through and went to the fun spot, which the sign says it's the largest arcade in the world, which I don't know. I'm not super huge on arcades, but it's alright, a little nostalgia. I don't think I've played Mortal Kombat on an actual arcade machine since, I don't know, when it first came out, 92, 93. So that was fun. I only managed to win 3 matches before I got my butt handed to me by Kano. Don't know if I can say that or not. I don't think I can. I'm not making any money. And it's just a reference to a video game. And we stopped to McDonald's. We just went to McDonald's for lunch today. But overall, we had a decent trip, with the exception of the mishap with the pup. Realized that not a whole lot of woodcrafting and bushcrafting and none of that stuff really going on for this trip. But that's just how it goes. My wife wanted to go on a vacation, so we went on a vacation. She even talked me into going in a hot tub, and no, there's no footage for that. Yeah, so that's about it. Got some pictures and stuff that I might throw up on the forum. I don't know. See how that goes. It was a nice area. Most of the stuff that we were doing wasn't really much farther than about 45, maybe 50 minutes out. And that was out to the basin in the overlook yesterday, which was definitely well worth the drive. Well, either way, like I said, not a lot of stuff that's normal for the channel going on, but that's all right. A little change. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. Tomorrow it's back to New York Stan, and not having that freedom lifted off your shoulders. Bunch of never mind. Don't do that on my channel. So that's it. It's a wrap for this one. If you stuck around, hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.